Welcome to this webinar, guys. I'm Dan, and we are we are Rotify. Sorry. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to support employee mental health and well-being. So just a little bit about us before we get into the subject matter. We've got 20 years experience in workforce managing across 20 sectors. We already have 12,000 users on our platform. And if you're interested after this, you can have a look into our 14-day free trial. I'll happily follow up, answer any of your guys' questions you might have on today's topic and any questions you might have about us. But anyway, let's get into the subject matter. So the problem we're looking at today, why is mental health so important? Employee mental health and well-being is important because it affects the overall well-being of the workforce and can have a significant impact on the organization's performance. Here's some key reasons why. As you can see below, the prevalence of mental health problems in society and in the workforce. As mentioned, 1 in 4 people will experience mental health problems each year, and 1 in 6 people will experience either anxiety or depression each week. This means that mental health problems are prevalent, and employers cannot ignore the impact that this has on their employees. Mental health problems can lead to decreased engagement in the workforce, a lack of motivation and job satisfaction as well. This can lead to high turnover rates as well as burnout rates. This is something that we want to avoid. Mental health problems can also result in increased absenteeism, so staff might have to be taking more sick days or more annual leave days off to deal with their issues, and this will affect your business's productivity and, at the end of the day, your bottom line. Investing in employee mental health and well-being can have numerous benefits for both employees and employers. By prioritizing mental health in the workplace, organizations can improve their engagement, productivity, and overall performance. Employees who feel supported and have access to resources to help them manage their mental health are more likely to be engaged at work. And it can have a positive impact on the culture of your organization. A culture that values and prioritizes mental health can lead to increased employee morale, trust, and job satisfaction. This can result in higher employee retention rates and a positive reputation for your business. And just to introduce the points we'll be talking about today, we'll be looking at employee assistance programs or EAPs, mental health training, and flexible working practices. So first, employee assistance programs or EAPs. What EAPs basically are is an important tool for supporting your employee mental health. They are employer-funded programs that provide confidential short-term counselling and support for employees who might be struggling with work stress, mental health issues, or personal issues. Here are the benefits of implementing an EAP in your workplace. So employees will feel more supported by having that EAP in place, knowing that they have access to confidential support, and this can basically help employees who may feel alone, feel less alone, and more connected to their workplace. Employees are also healthier when there's an EAP in place. They have access to someone who can help them manage the stress, any anxiety, or any other mental health issues that they may have. By providing the support early on, the EAP can basically prevent any sort of mental health issues from escalating and help employees get back to their healthier state of mind. Employees are also less likely to make bad decisions. Of course, we all know that mental health can impact decision making, both personally and in the workplace. So having an EAP there where employees can receive that support and guidance, this can help them make better decisions and avoid any sort of negative outcomes, not just for them, but for you as a business as well. EAPs can also improve employee productivity by reducing the amount of time the employees might have to take off work due to mental health issues. Providing employees with support and resource, they can manage themselves and stay productive at work. AAPs can also have a positive impact on workplace culture by offering the support for mental health and personal issues. Employers show that they care about their employees' well-being, and this creates a more supportive work environment. In summary, EAPs are an important tool for supporting employee mental health and well-being in the workplace. By providing confidential support and resources, employees can manage their mental health issues, make better decisions, and stay productive at work. EAPs can also have a positive impact on the workplace culture by creating a more supportive and caring work environment. So next, I'll just go back. So just some services for every budget there. We have Health Assured, Perkbox, and Bupa. Next, we're on to mental health training. So mental health problems are increasingly common, as we've already talked about, and this doesn't just sort of affect the individual, it affects businesses, it affects families and communities. Recognizing the signs of anxiety and depression can be difficult, and people often do not realize that they themselves are experiencing mental health issues until it is beginning to impact their daily life. This is why mental health training is essential for building a happier, healthier workforce. By providing training to employees, organizations can support individuals to recognize the signs of mental health problems in themselves and in their colleagues. Mental health training can also help employees support themselves. Employees who have received mental health training are better equipped to manage their own mental health and well-being. And as I've already said, they're more likely to recognize that in a colleague who's struggling and provide them with the necessary support, companionship, and signposting to relevant resources. It's also worth considering for you guys, if there are any sort of specific courses for your sector that might be relevant. So, for example, if you work in a high stress environment such as emergency services or healthcare, there might be courses that focus on stress management and resilience building. Similarly, if you are an organisation that deals with vulnerable populations such as children or individuals with disabilities, there will be courses that can focus on trauma-informed care. In addition to mental health training, there are many resources available online and via telephone for individuals who are struggling with their mental health. Organisations such as Mind, the Campaign Against Living Miserably, and the Samaritans provide support and resources for individuals experiencing these problems. Finally, we're going to look at flexible working options such as hybrid working. So flexible working basically allows your staff to work the hours that suit their individual needs and remove the need and the stress associated with the commute to work and everything surrounding that. It can be a win-win for both employees and the organisation. However, it's important to consider how you're going to be able to monitor someone's mental health and well-being while the staff are working remotely. The benefit to flexible working includes increased employee satisfaction, a better work-life balance, higher productivity, and the potential for employees to go above and beyond for their organisation as they have more time in their day to focus on their work. If you're interested in exploring flexible working options, it could be a great way to support your team's well-being and overall performance. So just the things that we've spoken about and what you can consider today. So consider implementing an EAP. An employee assistance program can give your employees access to confidential support and counselling services that can address both personal and work-related concerns, and in turn can positively impact mental health and well-being. Secondly, providing annual mental health training, including both general and niche courses. This can increase awareness and understanding of mental health issues and create a support loop for your employees and an inclusive work environment. Finally, offering flexible working options such as hybrid working or flexible start and finish times can help employees manage their work-life balance and reduce stress. By taking these steps, organizations and your businesses can help promote a culture of care and support in which can have a positive impact on employee mental health and overall performance. In conclusion, how can online rota software support mental well-being? Visibility and control over your shifts. So staff having not to stress about what they're going to be doing on the day, where they are, who they're going to be looking after, whatever it might be, those details can all be contained within Rotify, and they'll be able to see all that information within their shifts. You can also assign skills to a shift as well. So if there's any sort of need to ensure that there's a dedicated first aider or a mental health champion on any given shift, you can assign these skills to a shift and be confident that that shift will have the member of staff that's going to be meeting these requirements. And finally, being able to monitor time and attendance, giving staff the autonomy to work wherever, whenever, and monitor it all with mobile or tablet or clock-in devices, immediately feeding into payroll with accurate time and attendance data, allowing them to clock in both from their mobile phone when they're working at home and on sort of in-site clock-in systems. Thanks so much for viewing this webinar today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some of the information useful. We'll be back again next month, so just keep an eye out for that in your emails or on LinkedIn, wherever you found out about us. If you're at all interested in Rotify, then please do get in touch with inquiries@rotify.co.uk. And if you did have any questions, I'll be emailing around afterwards to you guys to see, to help answer any of those questions that you might have. But as I say, guys, thanks so much for joining, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See you all later.